Hi Leo, I hope that you're all doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. So off the bat, what I'm getting is that there's need to be thinking about something, maybe thinking it over. It looks like this is a moment where you could have taken action, and maybe that would have been even like fulfilling an old pattern if you hadn't thought about something. But I'm seeing there be reflection necessary, at least in a way where it's going to help support a type of like maybe change that you're creating, something that you want for yourself. It seems as well like taking this time to think about something, because I was looking at Neptune, and Neptune is something that, like, if we really sit with it and we take away our agenda and we're like, what are you really telling me? Like, what's really going on here? It kind of allows you an easier path to like transparency and seeing what's really going on there, what's really happening, and what we're really even meant to see from a situation. And something could even be unraveling in a way where, like, maybe something is finished now and you're looking back into it and being like, what even was the purpose of this? Why was I going through this? Where did that come from? What was I meant to learn from it? Am I still missing something? Is there more that I need to think about here? Because I'm seeing there be a lot of pausing energy, and maybe even at times you being paused when you want to go, needing to wait for something. It's like you're planting a garden and maybe wishing that the fruit would be ready in 3 days, but it's going to take a bit longer than that to happen. Nonetheless, it is coming through. Ooh, I'm seeing you making progress here with something. You've been putting in work. You're doing something, you're going somewhere. Even trying to create stability within your life. Seeing you even be on the precipice of reaching a goal. Yeah, there's something that you're doing, and I'm seeing like what you want is going to come from it. It's just going to take some time. Because there may even be a moment where, like, even momentarily, something declines. But you just have to wait, and it's going to balance out, I'm seeing. Because I'm even seeing like some type of curve here. It kind of even reminds me a bit of a bell curve. And it looks even like a moment where like you could have been making progress and like seeing a lot of result from something, and then you're in a space where you're like, why do I feel like we've plateaued, or like we're not getting any further than this? And I'm seeing like you're just being guided to kind of wait right now, because what it looks like to me is that you've planted these seeds of stability, we can say. Like, I'm seeing something that you've already put in so much effort and work towards, and now it's a matter of, like, there may be a little bit of an ebb and a flow that you are experiencing currently. It's like something put on pause. It needs time to grow. I'm also hearing the word refurnish. And I'm seeing, like, if you are patient and just continue doing whatever it is that you've been doing. Even like allow yourself to relax a bit. Things are going to balance back out. So it's like, don't worry about whatever this is. Because you may even be breaking through another level. You know, like when you break through to a new level, it's like you may see a lot of benefits like immediately, or a lot of results immediately. And then like as you get higher and higher, like on that level, things start like moving more slowly and things take more time and you feel kind of stuck within the energy of, it's like things slow down in that way. And I'm seeing it's like you may be actually breaking like the next barrier, and then it's like things are going to balance back out again. So if there's like a slight decline, first of all, I'm not seeing it be like much of a worry anyway. I'm hearing the word stockpile. This has been coming through. It seems like whatever chunk this is that you have of the Ten of Pentacles, it's like enough for you to be good for right now. And even if it goes down a little bit, it's kind of a moment where like you may need to take like maybe 3 pentacles out of the 10 and give it here. And allow something, like you may be taking from like something bigger and like investing in another thing and being like, I know that things are going to come to fruition. I just have to wait for that to happen. I know that something is going to come of this. I just need to be patient. And that's really the challenge right now that I'm seeing. It's like you being patient enough to see something return to you. Equalized, I'm hearing. And this can be anything. It can be your time, it can be your energy, it can be like any resource of yours. Yeah, I'm seeing you're going to be successful. Whatever it is, you're going to like get it back, is what I'm seeing. You're going to get back what you want from it. So it's even a moment too where it's like you're putting in work, you're not really seeing any result from it, but you will be. So don't allow that to discourage you. Keep going. It's like just because you planted the seeds, you don't want to neglect the garden. Like you need to still watch over it, make sure nobody else is disturbing it, make sure it's getting like sun and water and all of that, you know. So still tend to it, still mind it. Because I'm seeing so much success for you, Leo. So much. So much happiness too. I'm seeing the sun coming out here. We're having a good little run, right? Waiting for an opportunity. It seems like something's going to be revealed to you. Maybe not yet, though. Seeing you like coming down off of your throne to do something. What I'm getting is that once you see... Hold on, I'm hearing... I need to look this up. This is interesting. I'm hearing the word proprietary, but I'm also hearing something else. Interesting. I was hearing proprietary evidence. So what it looks like to me is that this is like less commonly known information that is secured, received, obtained. What I'm seeing is that like there's something that's happening here, and I'm seeing that like if you tend to the garden as you're meant to, you are going to see like something returned to you. In a way where like what you wanted to see returned, that is what you're going to be seeing returned to you. I'm hearing the word potluck. Now, I'm seeing that this is going to feel like a very successful moment to you that you are going to be sitting in. Like I'm seeing this thing come through to you, and it's like you're very, very excited about this. I'm seeing this be like even feeling like you did something big, and feeling like you're also the one to thank for this, giving yourself a pat on the back. And it seems very much like this moment of success that you have showcases you and also what you're capable of as well. So I don't know if this is just like you taking leadership or reins within your own life, and like I'm hearing discovery, making things happen. For some of you, this can also be about like leading some sort of team or something like that. because the King of Wands may work alone, but at times like also works on a team of people, like kind of leading them in a way. And that can also be like you with your spirit guides too. But I'm seeing something where you feel even like you have found your place when it comes to something that you're doing, and feeling very good at what it is that you're doing, and feeling very abundant, and feeling very much like this is a fantastic fit for you, and just feeling in place. It's like, you know that feeling when you feel like misunderstood, or like you don't belong, or you're ostracized in some type of way? This feels like the complete opposite of that. It's a moment even of like coming home, is what it seems like to me. And just feeling very much a sense of belonging, especially for what it is that you're doing. So there's also a sense of purpose here too, Leo. I'm seeing so much yellow and orange as well, which is like sacral and solar plexus. If you're in a time where you feel like there's a bit of a lull, be mindful too of like how you're using your resources, because it's like until it comes through what it is that you're wanting to come through, what it is that is going to come through for you. It's a moment where, say like you're not making as much money as you normally do, right? I'm getting like the image of a car salesman. Like, say you didn't have as many sales as you normally do. It's like, watch so that you're not overspending. And then, like, I'm seeing something is going to be balanced back out. So this feels like a very temporary movement. But it's like, if you're aware that things are slowing down, don't be, like, balling out. Take care of what it is that you have. As I said before, I'm seeing this be a temporary thing. But yeah, it's just about being mindful and like going with the flow of things. It's like, if you're making more money like this month or this week or whatever it is for you, then you have more to spend if you want to. And if you're not making as much, it's about, I'm hearing recovering the balance. Feels like also what is currently happening too is you prioritizing your peace and prioritizing things that are running smoothly, and maybe that being the aim, maybe that being the goal. It's like, how much do I show up and need to work and like show my face here? And then how much do I need to take like as far as time for myself, and times when I feel calm and times when I feel grounded and stuff like that. Even though I'm not seeing the King of Pentacles here, it kind of feels like a work and personal life balance. Work and personal life balance. Maybe for some of you too, there is like somewhere important where you have to show up. Like, I'm kind of seeing somebody go up on stage and it's like the curtains open and like everybody's cheering. It's like the spotlight is on you, everything like that. And it's like you trying to like manage that and also your downtime as well. Like, the more it seems like the more organized you are with this, the more balanced things are for you too. So you're not just constantly on go or constantly like having to be on. It's also about like taking the time you need to like even reset your nervous system. Funny, we were just talking about the King of Pentacles and here they are. I get the feeling too, Leo, of you starting to feel very comfortable with something. It feels like in a way settling into your own skin. And maybe that wasn't a luxury that you had before. Because to start with the Three of Wands, it's like you have been working hard. You've been making progress. This is not something new that you're doing. It's something that like you can even say that you're seasoned at this point. It's like some sort of like mastery, if I dare say, you getting so familiar with something that you don't feel like an imposter anymore. If that was what you were experiencing, you feel very much like this is you, and you're owning that title now of this thing. And that may be something too that comes and goes, but I'm seeing right now you just feeling very much like you may even be getting recognized for something that you're doing as well. And that may be part of this too. For some of you, you could have even been like fighting for more pay or like equal pay or something like that, where like you could be getting more money. This could have been something that you needed to wait on too. Because I'm even seeing a notion of like, I'm hearing actor out of work. You could have been doing something, Leo, where like you made a lot of money doing something and then we're like, you know what, I'm gonna wait until I find a job that's gonna like pay me what I feel like I deserve, rather than taking something just for the sake of like making money right now. I'm gonna wait until I feel like I'm being valued and compensated for how I show up in the work that I do. And it seems like there could have also been something like that going on here too. And I'm seeing something that you're successful with. So like whatever this was that was a goal of yours, where you may have needed to coast for a little bit before, I'm hearing picking up, I'm also hearing before signing. I'm seeing you be successful with this. Very interesting. What it looks like too is that there's a lot of insight that you're gaining as well by not like speeding into things without thinking. It's like rather than running with your ears pinned back, there's a sense of you being like, because I'm also focusing on myself and like my peace and my quiet time and my downtime, whatever this is that allows you to feel like calm and centered and whatnot, and feels like you're actively like trying to create that space for yourself. I'm seeing that it's also giving you time to see things that like maybe you wouldn't have seen otherwise. It's like if you were just like going, you may have not had time to like analyze things or to look into them with a critical eye view, is what I'm hearing. And now I'm seeing this grant you the opportunity to like expose what it is that you need to expose, to look into what it is that you need to look into, and also be like very conscious and deliberate about these choices and moves that you're making as well. Because you can even be realizing too, like, hey, I actually think that it may be more effective for me to like do this more slowly than I had been before, rather than just like rushing through all of this and feeling like I need to take everything in so quickly. And like everything for a reason too. Maybe that was necessary at a point in time, and now it's become an option for you to do things in a different way. This is all about like your personal development. For some of you, your career development. I'm hearing who hurt you. I'm seeing there be also a recognition of maybe something that you had been doing, like possibly even avoiding something that you were feeling. Like you may have been too busy to address something that now you have the opportunity to address. Because I'm seeing you even get insight on like maybe something that had hurt you, someone. And maybe before you had like possibly swept this under the rug. I'm hearing patience. So I'm seeing you get like more insight and more understanding. Okay, so this is like all a domino effect. It's all a chain reaction. If you hadn't had this moment of things slowing down, you wouldn't have had the time also to check in with yourself and to focus also on like your peace, especially within your dynamics. Like to have Libra here, Libra is all about like our partnerships and stuff. It can be like our friendships, our relationships, our business partnerships, who we're working with, who we're collaborating with, stuff like that. And there's a sense of like bringing balance to these things. And because of having the time to do that, it's also giving you insight on something. Okay, gaining insight, gaining understanding, gaining clarity on something that had hurt you. I'm seeing the Seven of Swords here, and I'm also seeing Temperance as well. So this is like recognizing something that we felt pained by even, and finding ways to cope with this. Recognizing our responsibility, like recognizing our role, recognizing maybe how we hadn't been showing up for ourselves. And by being honest with ourselves about what it is that we're feeling, getting to a place where we're learning to work with these aspects of ourselves. And I mean, this doesn't have to be within a relationship. It can be like, maybe you were overworking yourself and not listening to you when like your body and maybe your emotions and your energy was telling you, hey, I need a break. And you were like, I have to work. I can't take a break, all of this stuff. It's like whatever it was that you were doing that may have been like sabotaging you in some sort of way. It's about like bringing light to this and understanding like, hey, where is that coming from? Hey, why when I'm not working do I feel like I have no value? Stuff like this that is being looked into now. I'm hearing something about Virgo. Maybe a prominent placement for you. We all have Virgo somewhere in our charts. Virgo in its shadow also can be like somewhat nitpicky as well. It's like so judgmental. Like we're not even talking about like judging other people. It's like at the basis of it, when it's in its shadow, can be very like self-critical and stuff, and there could have been stuff like that going on. Like about even like body and stuff like that. Like, how effective am I? How much am I producing? How much work am I getting done? Even like getting so fixated on something that it becomes like an obsession or unhealthy. Gaining clarity and insight on what's going on. I really feel like that was a thing too with the whole, like sometimes going through that motion of feeling so like purpose oriented that if you're not giving or if you're not like productive, that like you're not valuable, and understanding like why one may be associating their value with what it is that they're performing or giving or producing. And it's about like getting down to what's going on inside and being like reaching that point where we are understanding the connection between like us being valuable without doing anything at all, our self-value, self-love, all of that stuff. And like breaking that association between like performance and self-value through gaining insight and awareness of it. So I'm seeing you also making progress with, it seems like these big revelations that you're making as well. And also connecting too with like letting yourself go and maybe like starting to enjoy things that you want to enjoy. It's like opening the curtains, allowing the sun to come back into your life. I'm seeing too, like, it seems as well, like there may have been something that hurt you, maybe hurt your ego or your pride in some sort of way because you didn't feel valued by someone. Maybe you didn't feel respected by them. Whatever it is, I'm seeing like you do a lot for yourself, and I'm seeing like you could have been in a situation where you felt hurt by someone and maybe even feel surprised by the way that they treated you based off of like everything that you have behind you. It's like maybe everything that you have going for you, and it's like, how did that happen? Like, to me. And I'm seeing you like waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm seeing you healing. I'm seeing you learning. And I'm seeing you too be like, within this situation, I don't think that I was showing up for myself. And I think that, like, in order to, like, maybe get this person to, like, to love me or to give me affection, like, I was actually betraying myself and my needs within this situation. And I'm seeing you move away from that. It's like, I don't want to make deals with the Seven of Swords anymore. And this is, like, this part of your shadow, too, that's, like, cheating you out of being treated fairly because it's not being addressed, and getting to a place where we're understanding how valuable we are, and also, like, holding people to those standards. And when they are not following through, rather than going along with it and staying in a situation where you feel disrespected or you don't feel valued or whatever, it's about moving away from that, because you know what you deserve and you know what you're worth as well. And you're telling yourself that and reminding yourself of that. And even when you don't feel like that, it's like you're showing up for you as your best friend and supporting yourself in the way that you need to be supported, regardless of whether you have anyone, like, seemingly outside of yourself or not. And I'm seeing, like, time that you've been taking. I'm seeing you check in with yourself and be like, these are my standards, these are my morals, these are my boundaries. And because of checking in with yourself in this way, you're also, like, shaking hands with this part of your shadow and understanding, like, yourself and your needs better, and really taking the time that you need and finding success within this space of time that you are taking. And that's going to be different for each of us. Like, some of us, we bounce back in a day. Like, some of us, it takes 5 years. Like, there's no right or wrong length of time that this takes. It's different for each of us. It depends on what our individual needs are spiritually, like what we're ready for, what we're not ready for, all of that. But I'm seeing, like, the more patient you've been with yourself, the more you've been, like, gaining self-awareness and learning to transmute energy, shift things around. And I'm seeing there be, like, such an overall sense of balance now that you are feeling. And feeling in a way, even, like, your energy has been restored. And, like, because of you creating this balance for yourself, and for some of you as well, this can be, like, every time you've been in, like, partnerships or relationships, it didn't give you this time to develop something on your own or by yourself. This is just an example. And now that you have, like, done things on your own and found that equilibrium within yourself, it's like you feel very stable and you feel very clear too. And now, if you want to, that allows room for you to have a balanced relationship with somebody. Because you have learned how to establish that on your own, you also have, like, a model, a reference, we can say, to apply to, like, if you are working with another person, if you're collaborating with another person, if you're connecting and, like, participating in a relationship with another person. I'm looking at the Sun, I'm looking at Libra, and I'm looking at Sagittarius. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.